to a 113-109 win for the Salt Lake City Stars. And for Salt Lake City, it snapped what was a 5-game losing streak. They had dropped 10 of their previous 11. For Iowa, in their last 7 games now, they have alternated wins and losses. And so they're hoping to continue that trend here tonight if they're able to get a win and split their last 8 games. The Iowa Wolves 9-8 on the season. The Stars 5-14. Nathan Peavy, the head coach of the Salt Lake City Stars, ready to go. So is Jeff Newton, the head coach of the Iowa Wolves. And the Wolves win the tip as they move right to left on your radio dial. Our simulcast here tonight on the Zone Sports Network, and then also with ESPN+. The first shot of the game is a right corner 3 by Matt Lewis, and that's going to be short off the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Marquise Bolden. Bolden had a terrific stretches of play in that last meeting between the two teams as he shot the ball really well from the field. Here's a 3 up and good for the Stars, and it's Xavier Sneed. Sneed hit just 1 field goal in that game, and it was a clutch baseline jumper in the 4th quarter. Other than that, did a number of other things well, just other than scoring. Rebound by Yoli Childs after the miss by Lewis. Stars up by the score of 3-0. Wilson Frame settles into a right angle 3, and that's no good. Wilson Frame was just 2 of 7 from 3 in that game the other night, but just 1 of 6 to start before then hitting the 3 that put the Stars ahead for good. A clutch bucket with under a minute left to play. Silva goes into the body of Bolden. Bolden traps him underneath the basket. He throws that to the left corner as it goes to Bolmaro, and now an outlet to a 3 on the way and good from Melvin Frazier Jr., and the game's tied up at 3 apiece. Melvin Frazier Jr. scored 12 points in the first matchup with the two teams, and then 15 points the other night. Had 4 rebounds and 3 assists to go with it. Wilson Frame coming up against the screen with Childs, but Childs slips it. Now they go high out left to Carson Edwards. Shot fake a 3 on Bolmaro. Now step back Bolmaro with great defense. Cross-court pass goes to Bolden for 3, and it rims out no good. Unbelievable rebound by Childs in traffic. He puts it up, and it clangs off the back of the rim, no good. Childs has been a monster on the rebounds, and he had a terrific February. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. But here's Silva with the ball out by the 3-point line right side. Now throws straight away to Melvin Frazier Jr. Take a screen from Silva, and Frazier hits his second 3 of the game. He has 6 points. Great screen by Silva, and it's a 6-3 Iowa lead. 9:53 left to play here in the first quarter. Iowa and Salt Lake City here on a Wednesday night. Edwards straight away 3. That's long off the iron, no good. Bolmaro with the rebound. Long court pass, and receiving it is going to be Frazier for an easy layup. He's 3 for 3, has 8 points so far on the night. All 8 points here for the Iowa Wolves. Sneed comes around a screen of Childs, drives left, in through. 2 defenders lay it on the rim and get it to go. 8-5 the score. So far it's Melvin Frazier Jr. 8 and Xavier Sneed 5. 9:20 left here in the first quarter. Straight away 3 is up, and it's going to be no good, as that time Vincent Edwards came up empty. So far from deep, it's 2 for 2 for Frazier. No one else has been able to hit one. Bolden turns and leans, can't get it. Rebound is grabbed by Yoli Childs, put back up and in, and it's 8-7. Yoli Childs had 22 points, 9 rebounds. He was 11 of 15. He had his first 7 shots in that victory Monday night. Lewis with the ball high out right. Take a screen from Silva. Now bounce it to Silva. Floater from the dotted line. Short off the rim. Rebound Bolden. Outlet Wilson Frame. 8-7 Iowa on top of Salt Lake City. Wilson Frame goes straight away to Edwards. Pedal down in the lane. Slips through. Defenders lay it up and in. Beautiful move. Beautiful play. Carson Edwards. He has his first 2 after scoring 38 on Monday. 34 in the previous matchup with the Iowa Wolves. 8:26 left to play here in the first quarter. Bolmaro comes around a screen of Silva. Now leans into Childs. Gets it up off the glass and rim. No good. Rebound is collected. Here come the Stars the other way. Carson Edwards, as we talked about his dynamic performance, leads the Salt Lake City Stars in scoring with 25.3 points a game. Many of his 3-point makes are unassisted. And 3-point shooting, it's been something that's moved up and down a number of times throughout the season. And the way he has shot from 3 so far in these past 2 games, kind of a reflection of that. Edwards gets to the top of the key, high out left. Wilson Frame at 3. It swirls out. Rebound Melvin Frazier Jr. Stars now 1 of 6 from long range. Melvin Frazier Jr. lobs underneath for Silva. Tapped by Yoli Childs. It'll go out of bounds and stay with Iowa. 9-8 Stars, 7:56 left to play here in the first. They'll inbound from the baseline, 16 on the shot, Bolmaro surveying the floor. Silva comes open out by the stripe, they get it to him. Silva squares up, now bumps and backs against Yoli Childs. Turns, fades away from a 15-footer from the base, no good. Rebound Carson Edwards. Stars now move it left to right on your radio dial. 7:43 left in the first, long pass, Bolden underneath. He takes it and dunks it over Melvin Frazier Jr. for an 11-8 lead. 11-8 the score. Bolmaro pulls up, 15-footer straight away, it's good. That's the first bucket other than Frazier so far for the Iowa Wolves. It makes it 11-10. Bolmaro, a guy who shot poorly from three in the first matchup between the two teams and then shot poorly from three in the second matchup between the two. Yoli Childs in the paint, floater from about 10, couldn't quite get it to go. Childs made his first 7 field goals the last time these two teams played. Now so far tonight, he's 1 for 3. There's a block right there at the rim. Here goes a 3 on the way from Frazier, and he hits. Frazier with 11 points here in the early going. 4 of 4 from the field, 3 of 3 from long range. And it's 13-11.
CJ McCollum.
People assume they can't afford great insurance, but State Farm has surprisingly great rates that fit any budget.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
Your time or someone else's?
Fun times here tonight at Bruin Arena, 13-11. The Iowa Wolves on top of the Salt Lake City Stars. Tony Parks with you here tonight. Thanks so much for being with us, and you can join us for future Stars games. Go to slcstars.com to get your tickets. A lot of fun with the games that are going to be coming up. The Stars are going to hit the road there for just a bit. But then on March 19th, make sure to join us at Bruin Arena, or rather Vivint Arena, excuse me, home of the Utah Jazz. Vivint Arena, the site for the game between the Oklahoma City Blue and your Salt Lake City Stars. The Kids Zone will be available. Lots of fun. Buster the Bear. And you can meet with some of your favorite Stars players after the game. Go to slcstars.com. Yoli Childs has the ball out by the three-point line, being harassed by Silva defensively. He goes back to Carson Edwards, tries to find Yoli Childs. It's deflected by Silva and out of bounds. The Salt Lake City Stars with the 11th best offense in the NBA G League. And for the Iowa Wolves, the 6th best defense. They've been terrific there here so far this year. And inbounding is Carson Edwards. He'll have to throw it way out by the three-point line to Yoli Childs. He'll lean and drive into Silva, fends off with the left arm, scores with the right hand. And we're all tied up at 13 apiece. 6:34 left to play here in the first. On the other side, the Wolves with the 21st ranked offense, but the Stars, the 28th ranked defense. They are last in the NBA G League. Out to the right corner, here's Lewis, a three, and it's good. So there's Matt Lewis with his first bucket of the game. 64.6% of his points scored from three. That's the 10th highest percentage. And he shows it off right there with a three-pointer. Marquise Bolden is blocked at the rim by Lewis. Loose ball is grabbed by Vincent Edwards. Up the court he goes. Throws off to the right side. Here's Lewis. Drives into the paint. Back underneath for Edwards. Great two-man basketball. And it's an 18-13 lead for the Iowa Wolves. Well done. Vincent Edwards, his first bucket of the game. And Lewis showing great abilities on both sides of the floor. Edwards, a left corner three. That's good. And it's 18-16. Carson Edwards now with 5. It's his first three-point make here of the night. The Jerry West Award winner averages 25.3 points a game. Silva, straight up top, hands off to Lewis. Foul away from the ball, and I think this is against it's against Daxter Miles Jr., who's just checked in, the newest member of the Salt Lake City Stars. Daxter Miles Jr. out of West Virginia, earlier with the Wisconsin Herd, and has also spent time in his NBA G League career with the Fort Wayne Mad Ants over the past 3 years. He was with the Northern Arizona Suns from 18 to 20. Driving right through and barreling over a defender is Melvin Frazier Jr. He scores it, give him 13 points now on the game. 5 of 5 from the field. Carson Edwards, straightaway three. Quick trigger, short, flat off the iron. Loose ball, fought for on the ground. Yoli Childs has it, squirts it back out. Now the Stars get another chance, and Edwards skies in from the right side and scores. Carson Edwards with 7. 3 of 5 from the field, 20-18 Iowa. Bolmaro lost it out of bounds on the drive the other way. Great defense, Yoli Childs. A turnover from the Iowa Wolves. And for Iowa, when it comes to turnover percentage, they are the worst in the NBA G League. 2 things they don't do well: they don't take care of the ball that well, and they're one of the worst at taking the ball away. It's been a difficulty for them so far this season. But a number of things they do well, that's rebounding, and they do defense exceptionally well when ranking in the league. Yoli Childs in the paint, right corner, Gerard Tarrin for 3. Gerard Tarrin with his first look, first bucket. Welcome on into the game. And it's 21-20 Salt Lake City. Tarrin was back with the Stars just the other night. That was his first game back after being cut once again, or being waived once again, and then returned. He's been a constant professional about it the entire time. The Stars very pleased with it. Sampson goes to Melvin Frazier Jr., left angle three off the handle. Loose ball rebound, tapped out, and it's grabbed by Daxter Miles Jr., or rather by Tarrin. And he goes out left to Xavier Sneed, and now we have whistles away from the ball, and I think something was thrown out onto the court. And I think it was actually a tube of Carmex is what ended up out there on the court. That was not a meant-to-be sponsorship. And no, it was not mine. People on the scores table are wondering if that was me. Just because the official set it down in front of me does not mean that was my fault. But as usual, they want to put the responsibility on me. Carson Edwards drives in right side, into the trees. Hands off for Yoli Childs, who dunks with the right hand. Excellent work by Carson Edwards. 7 points, 2 assists, 6 points now for Yoli Childs. Stars up 23-20. Here's a hook pass across the court. Left angle three on the way from Bowen. Short off the rim. Rebound Yoli Childs. If it's in the air, he's going to get it. He has 6 rebounds so far on the game. Sneed, a step back jumper, mid-range, short, and then goes in. Xavier Sneed, who went without a field goal for so much of the game the other night, finally made one in the final minutes. And so far tonight, he's knocked down a couple of shots. He has 7 points, and he's a perfect 3 for 3. So had some tough luck the other night. Tonight he's getting the bounce. Straight away, it goes to Chimanga on a feed from Bolmaro. And bowling over a defender is Chimanga. He'll be called for the offensive foul. The ball will go back to Salt Lake City. Yoli Childs will come out of the game, and the fans really appreciate that. So does Coach Nathan Peavy for his work. Yoli Childs, in that first 8 minutes, 6 points, had 3 assists and 6 rebounds. Played some great defense with it, too. So now the Stars have Nino Johnson out there on the court. And Nino Johnson, you want the ultimate teammate, this can be that guy. If he comes off the bench, he's happy. If he starts, he's happy. You need him to set screens, he'll do it. And if you need him to go up against guys bigger than he is, he has no problem with that either. Whatever the assignment is, he's going to put his head down and go to work. Speaking of put his head down, Wilson Frame drives left side and floats it up off the glass around the rim and in. Jared Wilson Frame with his first bucket of the game, 27-20 Salt Lake City. Also in the game now, Isaiah Miller spins, goes to the baseline, cut off, fumbles it, out of bounds. Great defense, Daxter Miles Jr. Bumps haven't really been fouls here in the early going. 1 team foul for each side. So the officials have let a lot go, and Daxter Miles certainly could have been called for a foul on that. Instead, they've been letting that go. We'll see if that can hold up. Tarrin with the ball straight away. Hands back off to Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame with Miller on him, comes around a Johnson screen, settles into a long 2-pointer that's no good. Rebound is tapped by Frazier, and then it's going to be collected by Sampson. Sampson up the court quickly, comes around Tarrin, skies in with a right hand and flushes it. Brandon Sampson with a thunderous jam, and it's 27-22. Stars go back to work. Wilson Frame down the middle, back to Nino Johnson, left hand layup off the rim, no good. Foul is going to be called on Chimanga. That will send Nino Johnson to the line when we come back. 27 for the Stars, 22 for the Wolves, 2:27 left to play here in the...
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
Bring you back to Taylorsville. Stars on top of the Wolves by the score of 27-22, 2:27 left to play here in this first quarter. Coach Nathan Peavy working with his guys. And Jeff Newton doing a great job with the Iowa Wolves as well. Nathan Peavy, this is his first full season really at the helm of the Stars. 5th year overall with the franchise. So many things to love about this guy with his understanding of principles, the patience to teach the most important things with his guys, and how well respected he is by his players. I mean, so many guys already this year have moved up to play with the Utah Jazz and get time in the NBA. Nino Johnson to the free throw line coming out of the timeout. Nino Johnson, by the way, 82.4% of his points are from the paint. And he's one of the best in the league defensively in certain areas, including 37% of his points off of turnovers. Misses the free throw. Loose ball offensive rebound goes to Marquise Bolden. Straight away to Wilson Frame. He'll bounce it, and it will go to Daxter Miles. Here's Miles. The bounce pass to Nino Johnson. Crossing over, driving on Chimanga. Throws it off the glass. No good. Skying in for the rebound is Sampson. Sampson could certainly get up. The Stars saw that with what he was able to do on offense. Here goes Miller, driving right of the lane. Pumps, now floats it over to defender. No good. Loose ball tap, collected by Nino Johnson. Outlet to Wilson Frame. He surveys the floor as everybody comes and settles into the offense. Flares it out left, bounces underneath. Bolden bumps, backs, looks to pass out of a double team as Chimanga's harassing. Now slips the other side, lays it up off the rim. No good. Puts it back up on an O-board. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot one free throw for 2 points. Marquise Bolden, who had to wait so long to get his opportunity, and then finally has had a chance to play with more rhythm. And we have a timeout for infectious control. I think somebody may have blood of some sort. We'll keep it right here. But we were talking about the work by a guy like Marquise Bolden. And Monday, he comes in, shoots 8 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, and has great touch on that outside shot. And, 18 points, 8 rebounds. This guy has had 7 games with the Cavaliers, but earlier this season, you didn't see him on the floor a lot. But what people didn't know was just how much this guy was working behind the scenes. And you can tell a lot from a player when they feel like they can play, feel like they are ready. And then the organization is also doing the best, as Marquise is being attended to right now, to make sure that they use the right amount of injury prevention. And while they continued to work with him behind the scenes, nobody worked harder and nobody worked with a better mindset and attitude. His practices and his work at shoot-around was as if he was about to start and play 39 minutes. You would never have guessed that he wasn't going to play. Then he gets set to play as he's squaring up at the free throw line right now. Just a 50% free throw shooter, something he definitely has wanted to improve on here. Young man out of Duke puts it up and scores this one. And it's now 29-22 Salt Lake City. But Marquise Bolden was getting set to play in his first game, was ready to go, and it was a false positive test that kept him out. Still a positive attitude, and he's made the most of every chance he's had out there on the floor. Even when the team was losing, he still has had a great attitude. Driving hard to the hoop, laying it up on the rim, no good as Brian Bowen. But he is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. And you love to see that mental toughness out of a guy like Bolden. And the same thing has happened with Nino Johnson. Johnson had to guard up and play an extended number of minutes as this team had Marquise Bolden out for a while. Azubuike went out and then went up. And so Nino Johnson had a tall order. So did Gerard Tarrant. Free throw good from Brian Bowen. 75% free throw shooter on the year. Bowen, by the way, 15.6 rebounds with 7 of 10 from the field. Played really, really well on Monday. But the proper attitude is so important. I think Nathan Peavy has been as big a reason for that as anybody, as he understands process and timing and everything that it's going to take to really help each individual and the collective unit. Defensive 3 seconds, and so the Stars will get a free throw out of this. Carson Edwards will go to the line where he shoots 87% from the stripe. We talked about Carson Edwards with the 3-point shooting difference. This is a free throw, obviously, and he makes it. 30-24, Salt Lake City in the lead. He was 2 of 9 in the first matchup against the Iowa Wolves. And then on Monday, Carson Edwards comes out and shoots 8 of 11 from 3. He was red hot. So 34 points in one game, 38 in the other. Wilson Frame drives left of the lane, goes underneath for Nino Johnson, who flies in with the left hand and scores. Great pass, Wilson Frame, great finish, Nino Johnson. 32-24, Salt Lake City on top. Miller with the ball left side, looking underneath for Chimanga, can't get him, now drives to the right side of the lane, flips it up, air ball, rebound Nino Johnson, great defense, Wilson Frame. Carson Edwards finds Tarrant, pumps, dunks with 2 hands. Gerard Tarrant now with 5 points, 3 assists for Carson Edwards. Stars with their biggest lead at 10, 34-24. Vincent Edwards to answer the other side, and he does. It's his first 3-point make, and he has 5 points on the game. It's been so strange. Vincent Edwards, Carson Edwards, both of them played at Purdue, both of them outstanding players. They're not related. Wilson Frame driving into Sampson, turns, spins, gets to the baby arc, throws across the court, but it flutters too far, and before it gets to Bolden, Miller intercepts it. Wolves with the ball, Miller lost the handle, now Chimanga picks it up, goes back to Miller. 4 seconds between the shot and the game clock. Miller looking for a screen from Sampson, won't get it, now instead will rotate it to the top and give it back to Sampson. Sampson has it high out right. Shot clock at 5, down to 4. Bolden guards him. Sampson steps back, long 3. Off the back rim, no good. Long rebound, Bowen taps it over to Vincent Edwards. He'll put up a left angle 3 at the horn, and it is good. Vincent Edwards ending the first quarter with a couple of threes. And for Vincent Edwards, he has 8 points, and he's 11 from deep. And for the Stars, 54% from the field overall. We talked about their work in the paint, which was terrific. They did a number of things exceptionally well and got into a great rhythm, but it was the Wolves with a nice push at the end of the first frame. 34-30 to score. Thanks so much for being with us. Stars with the ball to start things off here in the second. Carson Edwards high out left, and a foul is called away from the ball. I think this is going to go against Vincent Edwards, who's undersized and having a battle with Marquise Bolden. Not the worst foul, just resets the shot clock at 14. And instead of getting pinned underneath possibly, the Stars will just inbound it from the left side. Gerard Tarrant to inbound. Slaps the ball, looks for somebody, and finds Wilson Frame out by the volleyball line. He'll now throw out left to Carson Edwards. Comes around a screen, whips a pass, right corner, Bolden, touch 3, good. That touch on that corner 3 is fabulous for Marquise Bolden. He was 2 of 3 in the game the other night, but more importantly, when he takes a 3 and where he takes a 3. He knows where his best spots are. Great work by the coaching staff to set him up in those spots. Bowen is cut off now by Bolden on defense. Around the horn it goes, and now deep underneath to Chimanga, who tries the reverse layup, blocked by Bolden. It goes out of bounds, 3.9 to shoot. Just great hard play from both teams, both sides. And so from the baseline, they're going to inbound. It'll be Miller. Miller looking and throws out to the right corner. Shot fake Lewis. Step back Lewis. Buzzer 3 Lewis. And it's an air ball. And I think that was a 24-second violation. Instead, they said he caught it and got it back up and in. So great job. What do we have here? So the shot clock is at 21. So they're saying, yeah, indeed, he caught it and put it out of his hand before the shot clock buzzer. So count it, 37-32. So then they'll reset the clock to 11:03 and 21. Stars will inbound from the sideline. They'll have 5 seconds to get it across half court. Go into Carson Edwards. Here comes Edwards along the right side. 10:59 here in the second quarter. The whistle blows away. And it was Edwards stepping out of bounds. So Edwards went to make a move and just stepped out of bounds on this one. Got a little too close to the white. His foot, he must have stepped where he was going to plant. It must have just slid back far enough because Edwards looked confused because that mentally probably isn't where he stepped, but as his foot slid, as he went to push off, it probably did catch the white. Great job by the officials being right on top of that. Wolves with the ball down 37-32. Here goes Bowen crossing over. Muscle move in the lane. Goes with the right hand. Can't get it. Chamunga volleyball bats it back out. Miller recovers at the center court line. Here comes Miller behind the back dribble. Gets to the dotted line. Poked away by Edwards. Stolen away. Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame into a 1-on-2. Gives to Taryn, who lays it up and in. Wilson Frame has done such a great job pushing the pace and finding the open man. 39-32. Salt Lake City in the lead. Deep into the right corner it goes as it goes to Bowen. He'll make a power move into the lane again through two defenders. Lay it up, left hand off the glass around the rim and in. Count the basket and the foul. Brian Bowen. So for Brian Bowen now, he'll go to the free throw line. That is, I believe, his 6th point. As he's hit a free throw and he is 2 of 4 from the field. Free throw is up and good. Brian Bowen, not known for his range, a 28% three-point shooter, but shot 7 of 10 from the field, didn't shoot a 3 the other night. We talked about how well he played, knowing exactly where to be, where to go with the ball, as this ball squirts out of bounds. Low pass for Yoli Childs, and it'll go back to Iowa. 10 minutes left here in the second quarter. Salt Lake City 39, Iowa 35. Miller double teamed out on the left wing, goes to Chamunga, paint pass back to Edwards. Now right corner 3, Bowen. That's going to be short off the rim, and the long rebound goes out to Wilson Frame. Up ahead of the court it goes now to Carson Edwards. Pull up, right angle 3, good. Carson Edwards with that quick trigger. He has 11 points now, 2 of 4 from deep. 5 assists at this point for Wilson Frame. Lewis is going to drive in from the left angle, has it poked away from behind, but a foul is going to be called. This one will be on Gerard Tarrant. Gerard Tarrant thought he had a deflection, a poke away for a steal, but instead it will stay to the Iowa Wolves. 2 team fouls on the Stars, 1 team foul on the Wolves. Lewis inbounding to Silva. Silva out by the three-point line, take a bounce, hand off. Here's Vincent Edwards, straight away 3, good. Vincent Edwards has had it dialed in from deep. 11 points, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. 42-38. Salt Lake City up by 4 once again. Carson Edwards into the body of Lewis. Fade away, mid-range, high off the glass and in. Edwards putting on all the moves and all the shots on display here tonight. 13 points for Carson Edwards. It's a 6-point Salt Lake City lead. Miller to answer from the dotted line. High arcer over Yoli Childs. No good. Rebound Wilson Frame. He takes off up the court. Bounce pass beautifully ahead for Edwards. He lays it up and in. And I tell you, all the different touch passes, all the long-range passes, and in transition, Wilson Frame has been spectacular. Wilson Frame now with 7 assists. He has a couple of rebounds and 2 points. Vincent Edwards, high out left to 3, and it's good. Vincent Edwards can't miss from deep. He has 14 points now. And it's 46-41 Salt Lake City. Carson Edwards catches up top, drives hard, right side. Miller a step late, and he'll lay it in. Boy, it is tough. If Carson Edwards turns the corner with a head of steam, it is brutal trying to stop him. On the other end, Miller gets by Carson Edwards and returns the favor. And it's now 48-43. Timeout Nathan Peavy and the Salt Lake City Stars. We'll take it with them. 8:13 left to play here in the second.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
See so many big time shots against us.
The respect level is always there, and appreciation for that.
Fans having a great time tonight with the dance cam and all the great fun festivities at Bruin Arena. You can be a part of it as well. Get your tickets at slcstars.com. Two great coaches, and you love to watch their work here in the NBA G League with their team. Jeff Newton is the head coach of the Iowa Wolves. He spent the past 2 seasons as the offensive associate player development coach there with the Wolves. And he showcased his head coaching acumen. He took the helm of the 21 Timberwolves Summer League team there in Vegas, led them to a 4-1 finish. And, prior to joining Minnesota, Newton served as the assistant video coordinator there with the Kings for 3 years. Prior to that, he was with the Rockets for 3 seasons. He's been a number of different places. And the Iowa Wolves happy to have him. They're 9-8 on the season this year, but have had a number of great bright spots. Here's a cross-court pass, left corner. Here's a 3 on the way from Snead. It's going to clang into the corner of the rim, no good. The rebound comes down to Bowen. Bowen into the body of Miles, is cut off, has to bounce now to Silva. Back to Bowen on a give and go. He lays it up, he's fouled, and it should be a goaltend for an and one. That was excellent work with precise passing and very accurate passing at that to create the opportunity. The basket will count, and it'll be an and one. So Brian Bowen now with 7 points. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 15 points and 6 rebounds the other night. He averages 16.5 points a game to go with 8.5 rebounds. Free throws off the front rim, backboard, and in. Yeah, this is a 48-46 Salt Lake City lead. Stars have led by as many as 10. Iowa has led by as many as 5. Wilson Frame comes along the left side, now throws straight away to Carson Edwards. Behind the back dribble, guarded by Bolmaro. Throws out right side. Miles at 3 on the way. It's going to be short. Loose ball rebound to the corner. Miles gets it, throws it off of Bolmaro, and it goes out of bounds. This should be a shot clock down to 14. It will be. But the Stars are going to keep possession. So the Stars to inbound. It'll be on the baseline, but it should be more towards that corner. As Snead keeps just sneaking closer and closer to the basket, very intelligently, by the way, because now he doesn't have the corner to throw it in on. They give it to him there. The Stars have it. Wilson Frame, catch and shoot 3, right corner, no good. Silva grabs the rebound, moves it up the court. Silva throws back for Bolmaro. Bolmaro coming around Edwards, whips a pass over to Bowen. Bowen steps through the lane, finger roll up and off the rim. That's robbery. He should at least get 1 point for that. It almost felt like that was a carnival basketball hoop, or somehow, some way it knocked the ball out of there. What a gorgeous move by Bowen. He comes up empty-handed. Here's Snead with a pocket pass underneath for Yoli Childs. Childs turns, goes with the right hand, off the rim, around the rim and out. And the rebound comes down to the Wolves. Bowen along the right side, crosses over, goes into the paint again, floats it up over Snead, but it's blocked by Yoli Childs, who was coming back hard defensively. And the foul is going to be on Snead here. And it will be after that shot, so it will be a side-out inbound. Nino Johnson back in the game for the Stars. Frazier Jr. back in for the Wolves. So Yoli Childs now will come out for Nino Johnson. Lewis to inbound from the sideline. Miles is actually turning his back to the inbounder as they throw it in. Bolmaro with the ball high out left, drives, gets a step on Nino Johnson, gets inside of him, lays it up, count the basket, and the foul. Great move, Leandro Bolmaro. So Bolmaro will go to the free throw line for the and one. And for Bolmaro, we talked about, he was with the Argentinian national team there in Tokyo in 21. He's played in Argentina and Spain. Selected by the New York Knicks, 23rd overall in the 20 draft. The other night, 17 points, 7 assists, 3 steals. He was very active, but just 1 of 9 from 3. Shot just 2 of 8 from 3 in the first matchup between these two teams as well. makes that free throw, and the Wolves are back ahead. It's 49-48 Iowa. They've climbed all the way back to take the lead here. Here's Art Edwards, a straightaway 15-footer. It's good. Carson Edwards knocks that down to give the Stars a 50-49 lead. He has 19 points here in this first half. And Wilson Frame already has 9 assists in this first half. Lewis, straightaway high out right to Sampson. Sampson steps up, fires a straightaway 3, clangs off the right side of the rim, no good. Nino Johnson the board. Leandro Balmero almost strips it away, and here comes Wilson Frame. Up the sideline it goes to to Sneed, left side. Sneed with Sampson guarding him. Backs it up, throws straight away. Wilson Frame starts to drive, and as he does that, foul is called away from the ball. This will be on Lewis, and the Wolves, that is their second. Stars are over the foul limit. 5:58 left here in the second quarter. The Wolves with 20 points in the paint already. The Stars with 24 here at this point. 14 off the bench from Iowa. Salt Lake City with 9. Carson Edwards coming around the screen of Wilson Frame. Throws out left corner to Miles. Now straight, or out left again to Carson Edwards. Between the legs dribble. Throws out right side. Wilson Frame. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. Short, no good. Sneed skies in for the rebound but can't get it. Silva comes down with it. Silva across the timeline. Crossover. Bump by Nino Johnson. Stolen away. 2-on-1. Carson Edwards has it. Sneed does there. Alley-oop. And he puts it down with 2 hands. Great feed by Edwards. Great dunk by Sneed. Sneed has 9 and Edwards has 5 assists. Silva driving hard in the middle. Stumbles and falls, and a foul's going to be called. Official says that he hit him in the face. That may have been the case. I was blocked with where I'm at, so I'd have to see a replay. Taking a look at this replay as soon as they'll show up. Silva's still down. Still out of South Carolina. He had 17 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. He had a whale of a game the other night. And 30-second timeout for infectious control. Silva went down and has not gotten up. Silva now, who is a newcomer there with Iowa, was the #1 rebounder in the G League in rebound percentage, 24.7. And this team certainly will welcome him, as Iowa is the #2 team in the NBA G League in overall rebound percentage, #2 in defensive rebound percentage. Taking a look at this again, they just can't see it from there. It must have been as he was turning. And so they will take a timeout. This will be the media timeout. So with 5:20 left to play here in the second quarter, Salt Lake City.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
Your time or someone else's?
It's the last time, and we're going to go after it as hard as we can.
Bring you back here to Bruin Arena, where the Stars lead over the Iowa Wolves by the score of 52-49. Been an action-packed first half here so far. Silva is up and appears to be doing well after he was hit in the face on that last drive as he was on his way to the hoop. So Silva at the free throw line. Guy that does so many things so incredibly well. but he is a 55.6% free throw shooter. This is an area he greatly wants to improve. He's a part of a great winning team in his college days. Makes that free throw, nicely done. Chris Silva, 52-51. And the Stars up by a digit. This game very much like the last one in terms of a lot of back and forth, a lot of different sequences that'll take place with each team taking trades at making big punches and having great runs. There's a bump and a foul by Miller against Snead, and that'll be the third team foul against the Iowa Wolves. Isaiah Miller's first. Nobody has more than 2 fouls. For the Stars, Taryn has 3 off the bench, but that is all. Snead inbound. We'll try to throw into Wilson Frame. It's tapped. It's stolen away. Miller has it. Bounce pass ahead to Silva. Silva rumbles in the lane. Lost the handle as he was on his way up and ended up missing the dunk. On the other end, Wilson Frame skying in. Contact, no foul. Loose ball. Scrambled for, dribbled away by Miller, and here he goes again. 3-on-2. Right angle 3 by Melvin Frazier Jr. No good, and the rebound is down to Bolden. The Stars will slow it down. High-paced action, but nobody was able to convert. And it's still a 1-point game. 4:37 left to play here in the second quarter. Wilson Frame backing down. Bull Morrow backs it out, whips a pass straight away to Miles. Now high out left to Snead. Shot fake jab. Now drives left angle to the baseline. Goes to Nino Johnson. Left hand off the handle. No good. Rebound Silva. Silva coming down with that board right there. That's his 5th carom of the game. Bull Morrow comes around the screen to Silva and a double dribble. A turnover. It'll go back to the Stars. Well, Morrow had 7 turnovers in that first matchup with the two teams. He had 4 turnovers the other night. Carson Edwards was set to check in but didn't get to the table in time, so he'll come in on the next dead ball. Daxter Miles Jr. will throw it into Wilson Frame. Stars with a 1-point lead, 4:10 left to play in the second quarter. Marquise Bolden handing off to Snead, coming around a screen, floats it up from about 15, hits nothing but glass, gets his own though, puts it back up and in. It was an easy one to get, and now a steal on the inbound, and Miles scores it, a quick 4. Boy, Daxter Miles, oh so sneaky as he was hiding behind one of the Wolves players to be able to sneak in, grab the steal, and get the bucket. So Daxter Miles Jr., welcome to the team. That's a memorable first bucket in his Salt Lake City Stars debut. Miller with the ball out by the volleyball line. Take a screen from Chimanga. Throw it to Chimanga in the paint. A lot of bodies around there. Goes into the corner. Sampson beats the buzzer with a 3, but he misses. Opposite side rebound grab by Bolden. Outlet now to Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame goes up against the Wolves as they wall him off. Now finds himself against Miller on the block right. Throws outside and it goes to Snead. Snead has it with 10 to shoot. Now straight away Yoli Childs. Childs at the top of the key. Looking, goes to a posting up. Wilson Frame bumping and backing. 7-on-7 as Wilson Frame lays it up against Miller but misses. Loose ball rebound granted by Bolden. Daxter Miles Jr. high out left now to Wilson Frame. He's got Sampson on him this time. Comes around the screen. Yoli Childs gives it back to Childs. On the block, pump fake, put it up, no good. Stars had some great chances there, but we're not able to convert. 5-point lead, 2:50 left here in the second. Sampson backing up, crossing over, flares out right, cut off by Yoli Childs. Here's Frazier, out right side, drives hard with the left hand, goes up, and he's blocked by Bolden. Handoff to Miles. There's a pass down the right sideline, Bolden. Pass underneath now as it goes to Yoli Childs. He'll go up against Chimanga, bumping and backing, whips a pass outside to Miles, now back underneath to Childs. Childs is bumped by Chimanga and fouled. 2:25 left here in the second. The Wolves had their last foul to give right there. Vincent Edwards coming in for Iowa. Carson Edwards coming in for Salt Lake City. Stars now with 14 on the shot clock. They'll inbound on the right sideline across from their own bench. Snead to throw it in, goes to Wilson Frame, top of the key. Wilson Frame now high out right to Carson Edwards. Takes the screen from Yoli Childs. Stutter step, now go outside to Bolden. Shot fake, handoff to Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame, cross-court pass, nobody home, turnover. It will go to Iowa. 2:14 left to play here in the second quarter. Up the court they go left side. Vincent Edwards stepping into a rhythm 3. It's on the way and off to the right. Rebound Bolden. And for Marquise Bolden now, that is his 9th rebound in this first half. Here's an alley-oop for Yoli Childs. He goes up, collects, lays it up, and scores. 58-51. Stars now out to a 7-point lead. 1:52 left here in the second quarter. Bolmaro out by the volleyball line. Moves the pass into Frazier. Here's a pass out left side, stolen away Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame ahead of the court to Sneed. Lunging step as Sneed is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2. And Peavy was frustrated. He wanted a finish right there. And with the numbers, they'll certainly get their chance. Sneed did a great job lunging forward, skying up. He got fouled and just barely missed that dunk. Tough finish, but he can make it happen here. Sneed is a 91% free throw shooter. One of those guys with NBA experience this season, spent 2 games with the Memphis Grizzlies. For all these guys, you'd love for them to get their chance to experience their dream. You know, once they get a taste of that, they want to get back there, and they're even hungrier. Here's the free throw on the way, and good from Xavier Sneed. The Stars 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Wolves 5 of 5. This after both teams certainly wanted to be better from the free throw line in the first 2 games. Bolmaro coming around to screen of Vincent Edwards. Vincent Edwards circles now to the opposite side, so Bolmaro will back it out as he's now high out right. Dribbles it now straight away, guarded by Yoli Childs. Bolmaro tries to drive left on him. Sweeping layup is blocked by Yoli Childs. They call a foul. And Bolmaro is going to get a trip to the free throw line. And so they're saying they got him up top. Bolmaro at the free throw line, his team down by 9. Bolmaro, excellent from the free throw line. I'm going to hold before I say it. Bolmaro's free throw is up and good. I never liked the broadcaster's jinx by any means. Bolmaro 100% from the free throw line this season. He's been stellar. 60-53, Stars on top of the Iowa Wolves. Here late in the first half, 1:13 left to play in the second quarter. Bolden with the ball out left, goes to Sneed, catch and shoot, 3 on the way. He missed, but he is fouled. And he'll have a very important free throw, 1 shot for 3 points. Bowen got him, and for Bowen, that's his second. And Sneed, a 91% free throw shooter, just got done hitting one just moments ago. Xavier Sneed out of Kansas State. 36% from deep. And you could tell right away while playing with the Salt Lake City Stars, he felt very, very comfortable, felt very much at home, played with great force in that first chance that he had to play with this team here at Bruin Arena. He makes the free throw, 63-53 to score. 1 minute left here in this second quarter. Stars matching their biggest lead. It is at 10. Bolmaro goes into the lane. He's blocked again, and he's fouled again. Bolmaro was turning the corner. Bolden was shifting over. We take a look at the replay, and that is a straight-up block. Trying to be fair to the officials. I'm not going to be too critical too often, but it looked like that was pretty clean. Bolmaro back to the free throw line. He tries to keep his percentage perfect here. His free throw up and good. 7 for 7 from the line. The Iowa Wolves, 63-55, Stars in the lead, an action-packed first half. A lot of fun with 2 teams playing some great basketball here tonight. Wilson Frame has it poked away by Frazier, and they're going to give it to Iowa. Frazier was campaigning hard that ball went off of Wilson Frame, and he won the debate. Bowen drives hard on the baseline. It's blocked by Yoli Childs. Taken away by the Stars. Here comes Wilson Frame up the court left side. Between the legs dribble, throws back to Sneed. Left corner, shot fake, now puts up the 3. Air ball, he airmailed over everything. And here comes Bowen up the right side to Frazier. Settles into a right angle 3. It's short off the iron. Rebound grabbed by Childs. Stars can play for the last as the shot clock and game clock are virtually the same. About a half-second difference. So far the Stars shooting 5 of 15 from 3. The Wolves at 8 for 20. They are 40%. Game clock is down to 9, now 8. Here goes Sneed, driving up left, Edwards, a 3 on the way. It's short off the rim, no good. The rebound is going to be grabbed by Bowen. Outlet to Bolmaro, who puts one up from half court. It's long off the rim, no good, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. A very fun one here tonight between the Salt Lake City Stars against the Iowa Wolves, and the Stars who led by it. All set for the second half of action tonight with the Stars and the Wolves. Thanks so much for being with us. This is like game 3 of their mini-series. Iowa winning the first one a week ago. And on Monday night, another great battle between these 2 teams And it ended with the Stars taking it 113-109. The great battle this evening has the Stars up by 8 as we get the third quarter started. Yoli Childs, a very active first half with 8.7 rebounds, 3 assists. Now goes underneath for Marquise Bolden, who scores it. Marquise Bolden with that bucket now has 9 points, and he's 3 of 6 from the field. Stars up by 10. That matches their biggest lead now of the game. Bolmaro with the ball bouncing underneath. Goes to Chimanga. Chimanga bounces to a cutter. It's Frazier who dives in with 2 hands and dunks it. And it's back to 8 once again. Melvin Frazier Jr. now with 15 to lead his team in scoring. Got off to an amazing start, scoring the first 8 points for his team. A fadeaway 3 is money for Carson Edwards, and he has 22. He's making plays like that look way too routine. 3 of 6 from long range. He's perfect from the 2-point area, as the layup is good now for Melvin Frazier. He's finding himself right at the basket all the time. 17 for Melvin Frazier. The assist goes to Vincent Edwards. He now has 2. Wilson frames straight away. Carson Edwards now to the corner it goes. Marquise Bolden sky it in, and it's blocked by Chimanga. The collection on the rebound, and the and one for Marquise Bolden. Marquise Bolden staying with it, and that now is his 11th rebound of the game. And on top of that, the guy now has 11 points. He's just been outstanding. And just being in the right places all the time. He just mentally processes the game so well. And the other thing he did the other night is when there was a loose ball, when there was anything, a big play being made, he always just seemed to be right in the right area. And it led to what was a terrific night. He completes the 3-point play. Yeah, he had 18 points, 8 rebounds. He was 8 of 9 from the field and 2 of 3 from deep in that game. Contributing big again here tonight. 12 points, 11 rebounds. He's even knocked down a 3. Bolmaro coming around a screen, not open, so Vincent Edwards now throws high out right to Lewis. Lewis between the legs dribble, comes around now a screen of Edwards, now backs it all the way up, steps up for a contested 3 and hits it. A hand in his face, and Matt Lewis said it doesn't matter. He knocks down another 3. The CAA Player of the Year with James Madison. No good on the shot attempt for the Stars, and here come the Wolves the other way. Frazier looking straight away. It's Lewis again. Lewis driving hard, right side, leaning in, reverse layup, no good. Tap back up by Chimanga, but it was knocked out of bounds by the Stars. And it will stay with the Wolves. 71-62, Salt Lake City in the lead, and even 10 minutes left here in the third. Bolmaro to inbound. He had 9 points in that first half. To go with 2 rebounds and 3 assists. Throws out far to Chimanga, who hands back off to Bolmaro. Bolmaro terminates the dribble, throws back underneath for Chimanga, who has the ball at the baby circle, lays it up, scores it, and the foul. Great play by Chimanga as he absorbed the body contact and finished it. Not an easy play. Chimanga at the free throw line. And we've talked about his free throw woes, 58.6%. He was born in Montreal, has 8 brothers and sisters. His parents were refugees from the Congo. Makes the free throw. He was actually a football player before becoming a basketball player, won a couple of state championships in high school. Here's Wilson Frame, throws high out left to Sneed, shot fake, step aside, now put up a 3, it runs off the rim, no good. Yoli Childs comes down with a tough rebound, throws it out for Sneed. Sneed, wraparound layup, no good. Childs couldn't collect the O-board, it goes out of bounds, and it will go back to the Iowa Wolves. 71-65 the score, but somehow Yoli Childs comes up with that loose ball that it appeared he had no business getting in the first place. Bolmaro with the ball high out right. Comes around a couple of screens, now drives hard. Left side, gets it up underneath the arm of Yoli Childs and scores it. Bolmaro with 11 points now, 3 of 6 from the field. The lead was at 12, and it's now down to 4. Wilson Frame coming around the screen to Yoli Childs. Steps back, long 2, and it clangs off the rim, no good. Chimanga the board. Outlet to Frazier. Frazier racing up the left side. Will slow it down just a bit. Now cuts back towards the middle. Right-hand pass goes to Edwards. Edwards underhands now to Bolmaro. Bolmaro looking underneath. Goes onto the block to Vincent Edwards. He'll spin to the base. Now turn around. Fade away. Hit it. Vincent Edwards, who won the G League championship with Rio Grande Valley a few years ago. He has it dialed in with 16. He's 6 of 8 from the field, and the 12-point lead is cut to 2. 8:50 left to play.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
Barbie really wants this dream house, and Barbie found out about it from Rocket Homes.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
It's Saturday primetime. Warriors-Lakers on ABC.
Your time or someone else's?
A game of shoots and ladders here tonight with Salt Lake City on top. Iowa 71-69. Only 3 ties and 6 lead changes. But the game has certainly had its ebb and flows with each team trading punches and going on runs. Iowa certainly on one of those right now as they were down by 12. Now they're down by 2, 71-69. Frazier was 17 for Iowa. Edwards was 16. Bolmaro has 11, and for the Stars, led by Carson Edwards with 22. He's 9 of 12 from the field, 16 for Snead. Bolden has 12 points and 11 rebounds. Stars with the lead, Iowa with the momentum. Stars moving right to left on your radio dial here tonight in the second half. 8:44 left to play in the third. Snead has the ball out by the three-point line, being harassed by Frazier. Crosses over, steps back, hand in the face, long 2, clangs off the side of the rim. Bolmaro the rebound. Bolmaro comes up the floor looking to pass it up the sideline and does. It goes to Frazier in the corner, back to Bolmaro. He's on the block, covered by Edwards. Goes to the baby arc, fades away from 5. It runs off the rim, no good. Rebound to Yoli Childs. That's his 9th carom of the game. Here's Snead on the right side. Reverse layup jam? No. He's stuffed by the rim, and they call a foul. Stuffed by the rim, they call the foul, and every player for Iowa is saying, you have to challenge this. Take a look at the replay. Did at least swipe the off arm. I don't know how much contact, and if you'd consider that enough. So Iowa might actually challenge this play. Still thinking about it. But I think they're going to stand with it. Snead, being a 91% free throw shooter, would certainly play a factor into this. Snead so far with 16 points, puts up the free throw, hits it, and puts his team back up by 4. Snead now, so far on the night, 3 of 3 from the strike. Bolmaro with the ball high out left, guarded by Snead. Now goes straight away to Chimunga. Chimunga back to Bolmaro, who goes to the top, guarded by Snead. Now high out left, Vincent Edwards looks down low for Chimunga. Now throws a pass that's deflected. It eventually goes out to Frazier for 3 on the right angle. That's no good. Rebound Edwards, outlet Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame being harassed in the backcourt by Lewis. Now gets the ball up into the front court at this moment. Now high out right. Comes around the screen of Bolden. Still looking, goes straight away to Yoli Childs. 5 on the shot clock. Lob down low for Bolden, who's going to turn and throw it outside. Wilson Frame, catch and shoot 3 at the buzzer. It's good. Jared Wilson Frame knocking down that 3 to put the Stars up. 76-69 the score. Chimunga with the ball. Now goes to Bolmaro. Hoist up a left angle 3. It's going to be no good. Rebound tapped around. Frazier's got it. Goes back out. Vincent Edwards straight on 3. Good. The son of Dollar Bill Edwards, who was the Wright State star and the French League MVP. He has 19 points. And he's cut the lead down to 4. 7 minutes left here in the third. Carson Edwards straight away 3. Answers it. Edwards now with 25. Both Edwards from Purdue trading punches tonight. Frazier bouncing into the block. It goes to Chimunga. He's going to bump and back on Yoli Childs. Gets it underneath. Reverse layup. Score it. Jordy Chimunga from Canada. Played his college ball at Dayton. Makes it a 5-point game at 79-74. Carson Edwards, 3 again. Swirls out. Boy, I tell you, he just finds an inch of airspace, and it's going up. He's 4 of 8 from 3. Has 25 points. Stars up by 5. Here's a hard drive left side by Lewis. Gets trapped off of the baseline. Around the horn they go now to Melvin Frazier Jr. He's straight away, and he's bumped and fouled by Sneed on the drive. His foul is on Sneed, and I believe they're calling it down low. Gerard Tarrant is going to come in. Also coming in is going to be Daxter Miles Jr. Silva returns for the Iowa Wolves. Some hard-played minutes there by Chimunga. And they are saying that this is on the shot, so they'll give him that continuation. Melvin Frazier Jr. at the line. And the Stars coaching staff is really upset with the call. They're saying that is not a shooting foul. And so going to the line, and we got a technical foul. And I think the technical foul is called, I think it was on somebody from the bench. This, I believe, was called on Ronald Allen. And I am right here within an earshot. The only thing I could hear him say is, that's not a shooting foul. Free throw is up and good from Vincent Edwards. If that's all Ronald Allen said is that's not a shooting foul, I got a tough time with warning a technical foul there. Now, if he said something else, clearly, I didn't hear everything, then the technical foul would be warranted if it crossed the line. Saying that's not a shooting foul, that's not crossing the line. Here's Frazier. Free throw is up and good. Give Frazier 19 points. Edwards now with 20. It's a 3-point play in a different way, and it's the Stars up 79-77 over the Wolves. 6:09 left to play here in the third quarter. Wilson Frame straight away to Tarrant. He drives hard left, spins, turns, throws it back out to Wilson Frame. He recollects. Now Tarrant slips a screen as Wilson Frame's looking with 7, with 6, with 5. Rifles a pass to the right corner. Here's Miles at 3. It's long off the rim. Chase for the rebound deep into the corner. It's grabbed by Vincent Edwards. Outlet to Bolmaro. Bolmaro speeding up the court, goes into Carson Edwards, throws it outside. It's deflected out of bounds off of Miles. It'll stay with the Iowa Wolves. 17 on the shot, 5:46 here in the third. Stars up by 2. Bowen from the sideline. Catches and throws into Silva out by the 3-point line. Silva looking for a cutter and has it stripped away by Miles, but Silva recollects. Throws back outside to Bolmaro. Drives hard on the baseline underneath to Silva. 5-foot fadeaway is good. Choppy possession, but they'll take it. Iowa ties it up at 79. Silva's first field goal. He has 4 points to go with 5 rebounds and 3 dimes. Carson Edwards rips a pass straight away. Tarrant a 3, and it's going to clang off the side of the rim. Tarrant, underrated 3-point shooter at 40%. He's 1 for 2 so far tonight. Frazier looking underneath, goes to Bolmaro, who's cutting the baseline. He throws it back out. Vincent Edwards a 3, and he still has it dialed in. Vincent Edwards is 6 of 8 from beyond the arc and 23 points. Iowa back on top by 3. Wilson Frame has it knocked away by Melvin Frazier Jr. out of bounds on the left sideline. So it'll stay with the Stars. 12 on the shot, 4:54 here in the third. 82-79 Iowa. Sampson coming back in. He'll replace Frazier. Sampson, who had a terrific game in that first matchup with these two teams. 25 points was a season high. He also had a season high 5 assists. He was 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. Wilson Frame comes around a high screen from Yoli Childs. Childs will set another one as he comes back the other way. Wilson Frame between the legs dribble, fires up a 3, it clangs into the corner of the rim, no good. Rebound Bowen, and Iowa is on the move. Up by 3 and looking for more. Bolmaro throws it back over to the right side. Bowen, shot fake, now drive, get into the paint, hard layup. It's blocked by Yoli Childs, taken away by Edwards. He road runners up the court, goes to Miles. Miles into the body of Bolmaro, and he'll earn a trip to the free throw line. But it was a painful one as he stays down for an extra second. Miles, as he was skying in, just leaned hard, and Bolmaro was coming in for a block. Crashed into him. Daxter Miles Jr. out of West Virginia, averaging 5.3 points. Has not shot well from the free throw line. Marquise will come in the game for the Stars. Nino Johnson will return. Yoli Childs will come out. But for Miles, never forget he had a great Big 12 tournament a few years ago. We're getting ready for conference tournaments in college basketball. His team was runner-up, but he was on the all-conference team, and that free throw was an air ball. We talked about the struggles at the line. Yeah, that was a tough one. So Daxter will back his way up. That'll be something he continues to work on. Development in this league, no doubt. And he missed that free throw. He missed everything altogether. But he had 66 points in that conference tournament. Helped West Virginia get to the final. Bowen taking the handoff from Edwards. Now Bowen gets to the free throw line, back out. Vincent Edwards, he is red hot. Throws it back out. Bowen, a good look straightaway three off the left side of the rim. Carson Edwards skies in for the board. That's his third of the night. He has 25 points. He has it on the right side. Comes around a couple of defenders in the lane. Scoop layup, blocked by Bowen out of bounds. And it will stay with the Stars, 15 on the shot. Carson Edwards puts so much pressure on the defense with those quick moves. Right away, anytime you see him in person, I don't think film does enough justice for it. That first step is as explosive as any you'll see. I mean, just that 0 to 60 in 0.1 seconds. Here goes Daxter Miles, throws out to the left corner. Bolden, a good look, long two that's going to clang off the rim. Sampson grabs the board, outlets now to Bowen. Bowen the left side, straight away to Sampson. Sampson looking for the screen from Edwards and still launches a three. And that's off the mark. Rebound comes down to Bolden. Carson Edwards slowing things down just a little bit here with his team down by 3. Edwards snakes the screen, comes up, reverse layup scored. Wow, what a move, Carson Edwards. Give him 27 points. 11 of 16 from the field. Bolden has 12 rebounds now in this game to go with his 12 points. Bolmaro coming around Nino Johnson, leans in with the right hand and scores it from the left side. And now Bolmaro goes to steal the inbound. Edwards hangs on just long enough. And now we have a foul on Bolmaro. Now we have a technical foul on Bolmaro. And Bolmaro is still jawing. So Carson Edwards, 87% free throw shooter, will go to the line. Carson so far tonight, 1 for 1. Rises, fires the free throw, and hits. And the Stars have now cut it to a 2-point game. A lot of fans having fun over there tonight in the Kids Zone. And don't forget, you can join us in the Kids Zone for every Stars home game. Bounce houses, balloon artists, face painting, and more. It's always a great time when you come out to see Salt Lake City Stars basketball, so make sure to join us. SLCstars.com. We'll be at Vivint Arena coming up on March the 19th. Back cut, Miles lost the handle. Perfect pass from Edwards, but Miles couldn't hang on. Loose ball squirts into the right corner. It goes to Bolden. Bolden has 11 to shoot. He hands off to Sneed. Sneed fights through a Vincent Edwards defensive position. And a foul, an offensive foul is going to be called. I'm not sure if they called an offensive foul or just said he was out of bounds. We'll take a look at this replay real quick. And no, they're saying he was out of bounds. That was it. Okay, so he was out of bounds, a turnover. It'll go to Iowa. 2:56 left to play here in this.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
Is it going to be your time?
Blackhawks Flyers, Saturday on ABC and ESPN+.
Welcome you back. We take a look at the replay on this ball that was called out of bounds. Now, you cannot see it on that video shot. Snead was not out of bounds, but it's possible that the ball, before it bounced back up to him, had landed out of bounds right there. So we did not get a clear enough look in that situation. But the ball will go to the Iowa Wolves, who have turned it up on both ends here recently, and they hold an 84-82 lead. The Stars led by as many as 12. Iowa's biggest lead has been 5. And for the Stars, they did exceptionally well with getting points in the paint. They had 33. Now they have 38 total here as we are in the late moments of the third quarter. Bolmaro with the ball high out right. Takes a vicious screen by Silva. Starts to come around it, and Silva's called for the offensive foul. Silva was going to set that screen and then flash towards the hoop. They got him. Offensive foul, Silva. It's not a team foul. So the Wolves, with 14 fouls, their next defensive foul or loose ball foul would put them over the limit. The Stars would be shooting the rest of the way. But as we approach the 2-minute mark, the Stars with 2 team fouls. Bolden posted up underneath. Great pass by Edwards. And Bolden missed the layup. Got it back. Put it up. Laid it up. Got it back. No good. And it's going to be rebounded now by the Wolves. Bowen almost lost the ball out of bounds on the sideline. Bolmaro goes straight away to Sampson. Sampson drives hard against Bolden. Throws it back out right side Edwards. Edwards throws to the high post now to Silva. Silva now throws underneath for a cutting Edwards. Left-hand layup off the glass, no good. Loose ball rebound, grabbed by Carson Edwards. It's like a power play, 5-on-4 for a moment. Bounce pass goes to Nino Johnson. Kickball Silva, smart play to allow a teammate to come back, and now a technical foul. Silva may have had something extra to say. This actually was a smart play, if he indeed kicked it. And watching the replay, he didn't touch it. Free throw by Snead is up and good. From the angle that I could see on one of these replays we actually had on a different monitor, Silva lunged out with his foot, but didn't get it. Wilson Frame back in the game. Let's take a look here. You might see some error. Yeah, when they had it super slow-mo, I did not necessarily see that. Now, maybe these guys up closer, it was just a clip, but at least from there, I didn't think he kicked the ball. 84-83. Stars with a big free throw there. It's a 1-point game, and here's a launch to Snead. It's tapped and stolen away. Here comes Silva along the right side. Silva double teamed out by midcourt, and a foul is going to be called on Snead. This was the one team foul the Stars had to give. And so this will be both teams now over the foul limit on the next foul. 1:49 left here in this third quarter. Bolmaro will take the inbound pass. Shot clock now at 14. He's guarded by Snead. Comes around the screen, and Silva decks him again. Man, Silva is just out there throwing shots. Nino Johnson comes over to talk to Silva. Well, Silva, I mean, setting hard screens with force, but there was some serious force on each of those. Great job by the officials to call the offensive foul on both of those, and great job to get guys separated. Love to see Nino Johnson standing up for a teammate there, and glad nothing got out of hand. Chris Silva, who played really, really well on Monday, boy, even if he wasn't scoring, he was doing something exceptionally well. He had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks to go with his 17 points. So far tonight, Silva with 4 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Snead, step back, hand in the face 3. It's on the way and good. Xavier Snead with 22 points after having a pretty quiet night back on Monday. Bolmaro comes around. Daxter drives to the hoop, lays it up and in. Count the basket. So Daxter Miles called for the foul. Bolmaro, a long way to get there, gets the layup, and we'll go to the line for the and one. Game tied up now. Bolmaro, free throw up, and it rattles in and out. That was his first miss of the G League season. I did not mention he was perfect before that free throw, for those of you wondering on the broadcaster jinx. 86 all, Iowa, Salt Lake City. Wilson Frame with the ball out by the volleyball line, bounces out right side to Bolden. Bolden now back to Marquise Bolden, or to Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame has 9 assists in this game to go with his 5 points. Deep ball at 3, it's going to clang off the back of the iron, and it is no good. The Stars, 9 of 27 from 3. The Wolves, 11 of 28. They're shooting 39%. Bolmaro coming around a Silva screen, goes it back to Silva. Silva drives hard right side, fouled, lays it up off the rim and no good. Silva to the free throw line. Mentioned his free throw struggles at 55%. Miller's going to come in now. It was on the play. Nino Johnson didn't foul him, but it was Daxter Miles who put a forearm into the side area of Silva. Silva with the free throw up and good. Give him another 2 points on what has been a quiet night scoring, but a very active night everywhere else. He has 6 total points, and the Wolves have an 88-86 lead. The Stars were possibly looking for a 2-for-1 opportunity there, and I think it's just about done. Wilson Frame throws out right side to Miles. Miles throws straight away to Snead. Now high out left, Bolden. Shot fake, starts to drive on Silva, gets by him, rolls to the hoop, and smashes it down with 2 hands. Marquise Bolden ties it up at 88. Bolden, 14 points and making a statement tonight. 13 rebounds as well. Final shot of the quarter, it will be by the Wolves. Silva with the ball straight away, drives hard, goes into Nino Johnson, barrels him over, blocking foul, and one. Chris Silva, now with 8 points, gives his team a 90-88 lead. Taking a look at that replay, Johnson had a ways to go to get there. And that's one of those 50-50 calls where you certainly could call that a block. There's no doubt. It's always such a gray area, but on that one, I absolutely think they got it right. Free throw up and good. It's just when Silva lays into people, it looks so vicious. You always think it's on him, like those previous offensive fouls. Free throw good. A 3-point game. Wilson Frame steps back, looks for a straightaway 3. Instead, goes to Miles, who hoists up a 3. It's off the glass on the opposite side, and that will end it for the third quarter of play. Iowa with a 3-point lead. Marquise Bolden with a 2-hand jam. And we have a great one here tonight at Bruin Arena. Don't go anywhere. Third of 3. And it's as exciting as the other 2. Iowa took the first matchup as they won on their home court. Salt Lake City winning on Monday night in a dramatic late game situation. Back and forth they went. And tonight, we're looking for more fireworks. Iowa with the ball to get things started here. Moving left to right on your radio dial. Bowen drives into the paint, goes right corner. Sampson a 3. It's good. Brandon Sampson. It's just his second field goal of the night. That's his first 3. He gives his team their biggest lead of the night at 6, 94-88. Wilson Frame flares out right, looks straight away. Snead, pump fake, step, now throws back to the right angle. A 3 on the way for Wilson Frame. That's no good. Wilson Frame had 9 assists at halftime. He hasn't had one since. Miller goes the other way, stumbling in the lane, no good. Silva collects the loose ball, and he scores it. Chris Silva playing with some force here tonight, 11 points. But more importantly, a guy that's just been really dialed in on some of the loose balls and playing tough defense. Wilson Frame's going to back the ball all the way out. Silva's going to guard him. Hands reached up high. Wilson Frame crosses over between the legs, drives left, now throws a high pass deep to the corner. It's going to be over Daxter Miles Jr. It will go to Iowa. And so Iowa carrying some of that momentum there at the end of the third quarter into this fourth quarter. Now having a tough time getting it in. Miller threatening a 5 count. It's stolen by Miles. He jumps and gives it over to Snead. Snead drives. He's fouled by Miller. And another huge mistake here for the Iowa Wolves. Miller gets called for the foul, but right there, miscommunication as they didn't know who was taking the inbound pass. Miller had to throw it in to avoid the 5 count. Miles jumped to intercept the pass and then in midair saved it in. Snead is slow to get up right now and appears to be okay. There's the 11th turnover for Iowa. And you really get into what took place the other night. I mean, the Stars played incredibly well in a lot of different areas. Bolden coming out, Taryn coming in. When you really get down to it, the Stars shot 48.3% from 3. They were tremendous there. They only had 5 second-half turnovers, but they did only have 6 assists on 21 made baskets. The 20 turnovers for Iowa were just deadly for them. They won the rebound war 39-31. They did a number of things quite well, but couldn't take care of the ball, and it came back to get them. free throw is good. It's 96-90, and now an offensive foul called on Iowa. And this is going to be on Bowen. So Bowen called for this one on the drive. He was starting to take off, and he must have fended off with his left hand. So that's what they called there. 10:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Nearly a steal after the inbound. Wilson Frame is being harassed by Miller. Gets it up across the timeline. Looks to take a screen. They hedge it hard as Wilson Frame is double teamed, being harassed even more. Looking for anybody to get the ball to. Clock down to 10, down to 9. It goes to Gerard Tarrin. Tarrin drives in, and now we've got a turnover that's going to go to Iowa, and we have a technical called on Iowa. Somebody over on the bench. So an offensive foul on Gerard Tarrin, and then a technical foul was called against Iowa, somebody from the bench. Carson Edwards coming in for Salt Lake City, and I think he has to wait till after the free throw. I did not see who that technical got called on. We'll find out as soon as we can. Xavier Sneed, so reliable at the free throw line, misses on this occasion. A rare missed free throw for Sneed. He's 5 of 6 from the line tonight. And Sneed with 24 points overall. So Carson Edwards back in. The Stars down by 6. Daxter Miles Jr. has played really hard tonight. Still seeing some of those blemishes as his game is continuing to evolve. But incredible effort tonight. Played very hard defense, and I think will fit in very well here in Salt Lake City. Here's Silva. Throwing the ball out left side. Bowen a jumper mid-range. Back rim and in. So Bowen knocks that down, and for Bowen tonight, he has 10 points, just 3 of 11 from the field. Now straight away, Sneed turns the corner, spins on Sampson, goes into a double team. Silva instead of block it, he gets it back. He's blocked and fouled by Sampson. He'll go to the line, one shot for 2 points. Sampson lays on the ground extra for a little while, and so does Sneed. Silva once again there to make a great defensive play as he came over to help and block the shot. Sampson went up to block on the Sneed putback. Nathan Peavy over there talking to the officials right now. He says, guys, be careful. I don't want this thing getting out of hand. Xavier Sneed will take an extra second. Now go to the free throw line. Missed on his last trip. He's 6 of 13 from the field. He has 24 points. Xavier Sneed, as we mentioned, hit just 1 field goal in that game the other night. It was in the fourth quarter, and it was a clutch bucket. They were down 3, cut it to 1. It was a much-needed bucket as Iowa was about to take off. Free throw, good. That 1 free throw for 2 points. It is 98-92. Bowen throws straight away to Miller. Miller taking a screen from Silva, left side, drives hard into the left side, floats it up over the long arms of Yoeli Childs and hits. Great play by Miller. So Miller now with 4 points here in this one. The lead is back to 8. That is the biggest for Iowa on the night. Here's a pass down low for Yoeli Childs. Doubles, turns, hooks with the right hand. No good. Great defense by Sampson. Great help by Silva. Here comes Miller up the middle. Throws it to the left side. Here's Sampson, a rhythm 3. That's off the back of the rim. High rebound, Gerard Tarrin. Skies up for it and gets it. He outlets to Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame, long pass, goes to Childs. One-on-one in the paint. He's fouled. He lays it up. Count it. And 1. Sampson was pinned underneath. And it was Yoeli Childs battling for position. Got it. Sampson tried to hold up as long as he could. Fouled him, and Yoeli Childs got the finish. For Childs, that is 10 points for him. He has 10 rebounds to go with it as well. Yoeli Childs, 7th in rebounds per game, 7th in rebound percentage. And the month of February was terrific for him. 20 points, 12 rebounds, and shot 65.2% from the field. The free throw line for Yoeli Childs. This is his first attempt. It's no good. That's been a different story. He hasn't been good there, but an offensive rebound on a tap towards the baseline. It goes to Edwards for 3, and it's off. Long rebound. Sneed grabs it, saving it in, but it goes to Bowen. Up the sideline, they go to Miller. Miller skies in, goes underneath the defense of Wilson Frame and scores. 102-94. Iowa back up by 8. Boy, the Stars nearly turned that into a 5-point possession as Edwards had such a good look. Snead is left alone for an open 3. Short off the rim. Loose rebound. Grabbed by Miller. And he pedals it down all the way down the middle. Has it slipped away. Now he recollects, throws it back out. It's collected now by Childs. Childs to the middle of the floor. Wilson Frame without numbers goes to the right side to Carson Edwards. He's in the right corner. He spins towards the baseline. Lost the handle. Lost it again. Got it back. He's guarded by Miller, or rather by Lewis. And the ball is going to be called on, or the foul is going to be called on Carson Edwards. So as Edwards was spinning around, looked like the Harlem Globetrotters out on the court. And they're saying that Carson Edwards slapped away on Lewis right there. So that is what the foul was called for, as Lewis was defending, reaching out to defend Carson Edwards. Carson Edwards slapped his arm away too hard, according to the official. And I think that was the case. Edwards is saying if his hand is not on me, then it's not a foul in the first place. High post they go Silva. They hand off now. It goes to Miller, who loses the handles. He drives to the baseline. Loose ball grabbed by Childs. Up ahead of the court, Snead. Snead drives into the defense of Bowen. And a chase down blocked by Silva. Wilson Frame out left side of 3. No good. Rebound grabbed by Miller. And another big defensive play from the Iowa Wolves. They get it back. Bowen drives into Yoli Childs, and Gerard Tarrin misses on the layup. The rebound to Wilson Frame. Timeout, Salt Lake City. As Peavy was emphatically calling for the timeout. 7:44 left to play here in the fourth as a hush now is felt over this arena right now. We'll step aside.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shop.
Is it going to be your time? Or
Blackhawks Flyers, Saturday on ABC and ESPN+.
As we bring you back to Bruin Arena here tonight, thanks so much for being with us on ESPN+. NBA G League basketball, always a lot of fun, and you can join us at Vivint Arena coming up on March 19th. It'll be a fun one with the Salt Lake City Stars and the Oklahoma City Blue. They've played some great battles so far this year, including the last time they matched up with against each other, and it was in Vivint Arena. It ended with a late buzzer-beating 3 from Oklahoma City as they went on to win that game in a dramatic back-and-forth contest. The Stars have had a number of close games that have gone late. This one looks like it's going to be headed that way as well. Iowa up by 8, 7:39 left to play. Carson Edwards drives hard left side, high off the glass, no good. He's fouled. He'll have one free throw for 2 points. Carson Edwards with 28 points in this one. So go with 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Carson Edwards is, we talked about the exceptional play that he has had this year. Leads the team in scoring, hits the free throw. That cuts it now down to 6. But also, whenever this team has needed a clutch play, a big bucket, or a spurt, sometimes he'll take it out there on his own. Puts a lot of stress on the defense. So does Miller. Miller drives the baseline, gets it up over the arms of Yoli Childs. Loose ball rebound, grabbed by Silva. He's blocked as he goes back up with it. Goes back up again, puts it off the front rim, no good. Yoli Childs the board. Gives it back now to Carson Edwards. Carson trots up the court, throws right side, Wilson Frame. Wilson Frame splits defenders, dotted line floater, off the rim, backboard and in. Great play, Wilson Frame. He hasn't done a lot of scoring tonight, 7 points, and he's only 1 of 9 from 3. Miller driving the baseline, goes outside to Silva. Shot fake, he's going to drive, try to go around Childs. Sweeping floater up off the glass and rim, no good. Rebound Taryn, outlet to Edwards. Edwards along the right side. Edwards between the legs, dribble, quick trigger 3 on the way, good! Carson Edwards cuts the lead down to 1. Timeout, Iowa. And for Edwards, he now has 33. We'll step aside, 6:47 left to play here in regulation.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the Storm X Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
Barbie really wants this dream house, and Barbie found out about it from Rocket Homes.
CJ McCollum. 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 CJ McCollum.
I'm the Storm X Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the Storm X Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the Storm X Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles.
A 7-0 run for the Salt Lake City Stars leads to a timeout by the Iowa Wolves, as what was once an 8-point lead for Iowa is down to 1. Tony Parks with you here tonight. Thanks so much for being with us. Great battles between these two teams. Boy, you'd love to see them play like in a 7-game series with how well they respond to the runs of the other team. Stars down by 1 with the momentum. Wolves with the ball. Bolmaro with the ball high out left, holds it, now bounces straight away to Miller. Miller comes around a Silva screen. Miller now terminates the dribble at the top of the key. Bolmaro high out left. Hasn't shot well from 3 in this 3-game series, and a foul is going to be called. It's on Daxter Miles Jr. For Miles, that's going to be his 3rd. That's the 2nd team foul on the Stars. The Wolves have 4 team fouls at this moment, so all their fouls from this point on will be shooting. Here's a steal by Childs on the inbound. He races down and dunks it. That is the 3rd time now that the Iowa Wolves have just had a poor inbound that has been catastrophic and led to a difficult play the other way. The Stars take the lead, 103-102. Frazier with the ball straight away. Goes high out left to Bolmaro. Bolmaro driving into the body of Edwards. Lost it. It goes to Silva. He'll put up a long 2 with a hand in his face. It's no good. Rebound Carson Edwards. Edwards now with 5 rebounds to go with his 5 assists. He also has 33 points, and he just turned it over. Bolmaro coming the other way, 3-on-1. Alley-oop, and Yoeli Childs swats away the pass out of bounds. The fans appreciating the unbelievable effort from Yoeli Childs. Nothing has been easy when going up against that guy, and he anticipated it beautifully. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Wolves to inbound from the baseline. Bolmaro set to throw in. Alley-oop, Bowen! And this time Childs isn't there to block this one. A perfect execution, or perfectly executed alley-oop to Bowen, who dunked it. It's 104-103. Iowa with the lead. 11 lead changes, 6 ties here so far in this game. Edwards with the ball high out left. Edwards with the between the legs dribble guarded by Bolmaro. He goes underneath onto the block to Bolden. He goes back to Edwards for 3 and he misses. Edwards now 5 of 11 from long range, has 33 points. Wolves with it the other way, a 3 by Frazier. He hits it. Melvin Frazier Jr., who had a great start, knocks down a big 3 here in the 4th. And Iowa has a 4-point lead, 107-103. Frazier now with 22. Gerard Taryn with the ball out by the center circle, gives to Edwards high out left. Edwards with 12, 11, and 10. Take the screen. Now drive. Get to the free throw line. Go to the right corner to Bolden. It now goes to Taryn. Taryn driving. Gets to the dotted line. Floats one up from 15. Fades away. No good. Rebound Vincent Edwards. He'll speed it up the court. Edwards to the right angle. Frazier a three from the other side. It's in and out. Rebound Vincent Edwards. Fouled and one. Vincent Edwards with 25 points to go with his 7 rebounds now. And he'll try to complete the three-point play. Snead now coming in for the Stars. Gerard Taryn to sit down. Vincent Edwards, who's just been on a tear tonight. Free throw is up and good. Give him 26. He's 6 of 8 from 3. This after he was 5 of 11 from 3 the other night. He was 2 of 7 from 3 in their first matchup. Carson Edwards comes around a screen of Bolden. Slices through into the paint. Floats it up off the glass around the rim and in. Tough bucket, and he makes it happen. 35 now for Carson Edwards. 110-105. Iowa with a 5-point lead. 4:19 left to play. Bolmaro behind the back dribble. Now throws straight away to Silva. Back to Bolmaro. Bolmaro cut off by Yoli Childs. Has to back it out. Throws straight away to Silva. Now back to Bolmaro. Rises and fires for 3, and he hits it. Bolmaro, who was just 1 of 9 from 3 the other night, and tonight was 0 of 2. Hits that 3 to give his team an 8-point lead. 30-second timeout called by the Stars. Playing with confidence, Leandro Bolmaro. He was 1 of 9 from 3, as I mentioned before. He was just 2 of 8 the other night, and before this one, he was 0 of 2. So in this series, as you see him back this up, Silva does a good job feeding him to catch him in rhythm. And Bolmaro connected. So for Bolmaro, he has 18 points now on the night to go with 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And tip your hat to the guy, because up until that point, he was a combined 3 of 19 from 3 in this series. $113-105 the score now at this point. Iowa's led by 8 earlier in the game. This matches their biggest lead with just 4:03 left to play. This is where the Stars have capitalized on some mistakes of Iowa, but at this point they also need to start making some key big plays on their own. Carson Edwards drives into the paint, left-hand layup off the rim and in. 37 for Carson Edwards. Bolmaro quickly up the court, trying to turn it into a power play situation. Comes around a screen, gets to the free throw line, cut off by Childs. Childs will meet him out beyond the three-point line. Silva goes to set a screen and does. So they switch, and Bolden is now guarding Bolmaro. Bolmaro between the legs dribble, now drives left, splits defenders, turns around, fades away from 10, off the rim, rebound Childs. For Yoli Childs now, he has 12 rebounds. Here's Carson Edwards with the ball. Edwards, 37 points. He's been outstanding. Carson lobs over the top for Yoli Childs. An alley-oop jam cuts the lead to 4. Childs with 14 points, 7 of 13 from the field. Carson Edwards with 6 assists. Bolmaro. Now straight away to Edwards, back to Bolmaro. He hit a 3 from there moments ago. Shot fake, drive on Bolden. Throws across the court to Melvin Frazier Jr. He'll hoist up a 3. Hits it! Melvin Frazier Jr. with his 5th 3, and he has 25 points. The lead is back to 7. 2:42 left to play. Carson Edwards driving hard on Bolmaro. Goes right by him, scores his 39th point of the night. Boy, he's making it look easy at times. He scored 34 last week, 38 Monday, 39 tonight. But his team is still down by 5. Vincent Edwards has the ball at the center circle. He has 26 this evening and has caught fire a few times tonight. Vincent Edwards looking to throw to Bolmaro. Now goes high outright to Bolmaro. Bolmaro with 5, with 4, crosses over to the paint. Now here comes Silva with a head of steam. He's bumped and fouled. This will be the 3rd team foul on the Stars, so it won't be shooting. 2:08 left to play. Silva with a second to get up. Might have had a bit of a Charlie horse there. Silva was bumped by Yoli Childs. 14 on the shot. They'll inbound from the side. Stars still with a foul to give. 2:08 left to play. Each team with 2 timeouts. Each team with their reset timeout. Bowen to inbound. Goes to Silva. Silva palms the ball, hands it back to Edwards. Right angle three, short off the rim, skying for the rebound, Xavier Sneed. Outlet to Edwards. He quickly moves it up the court. Here comes Edwards. Bumped, stripped, nearly taken away by Frazier. And a foul's going to be called. This will be on the Stars. The loose ball foul on Edwards. That was their foul to give, as we're now under 2 minutes left to play. So both teams over the foul limit from this point on. Wolves with the ball. Bolmaro with the ball. Straight away, 18 points, 6 of 12 from the field. He has 6 assists. Goes to Silva, back to Bolmaro. He's going to drive hard on Yoli Childs. Gets it around and lays it up and in. Great take, Bolmaro. He has 20. 118-111. Stars with their work cut out for him here. 1:35 left to play in regulation. Wilson Frame goes away from Carson Edwards. Edwards floats out to the right. Now goes to Wilson Frame. Down low, it goes to Childs. He fights through contact and one. Vincent Edwards was coming over to help. But Childs got the finish. Yoli was 16. But he is 0 of 1 from the free throw line. He's got to have this one here. 118-113 the score. Yoli Childs 8 of 14 from the field. 12 rebounds, 3 assists. Looking for his 17th point, and he misses. Silva the board. Outlet to Frazier. Frazier quickly up the court, will circle it back out. Iowa in no hurry here. A 5-point lead, 1:20 left to play. Bolmaro with 20 points on the night. Here comes Silva to set the screen. He slips it. Bolmaro between the leg dribble. Now outside. It goes to Frazier. Deep into the corner. Bowen for three. A line drive. No good. Sneed snags the rebound. Here comes Sneed up the court. He has 8 boards on the night to go with his 26 points. Sneed comes around the screen from Childs. Loops up and misses the layup, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line. 1 free throw for 2 points. Now he is a terrific free throw shooter at 91%. He's 6 of 7 here tonight, but the Stars do a couple things well here as they get a couple of quick buckets. They did miss their last free throw. If they can hit this, they make it a 1-possession game, or he'll have 2 free throws here. Excuse me, not 1 free throw for 2 points. We're under 2 minutes. Xavier Sneed, deep breath, deep knee bend, and the free throw is good. He was clutch in the fourth quarter just the other night, trying to be clutch now here in this moment. He has 27 points. Continuing to evolve and emerge. And he's such a reliable player here for the Salt Lake City Stars. He's fit in so well in that locker room and so well out there on the court with these guys. If second free throw is off, it's no good. A rare night that he misses multiple free throws at all. 118-114. 2-possession game. Silva can't get the passes. It was an errant one from Edwards. On the other end, Carson Edwards lays it up and in. And he has 41 points on the night. It's a 2-point game with 40 seconds left to play. Bolmaro with the ball straight away. Here comes Silva to set a screen. Now he backs off. Here comes Edwards to set a screen on Sneed. Bolmaro with a step. Throws it back outside. Vincent Edwards, step back, leans in, passes to Frazier, driving it strip. It's stolen. Here comes Wilson Frame with 17. Wilson Frame crosses over in the lane, lays it up, scores it. Tie game. 118-118. And what a great comeback in the final 90 seconds from Salt Lake City. Wilson Frame rumbling in the lane. Great defense by the Stars on the last few possessions to give them the chance. They've missed some free throws they'd like to have back, but overall, great force they've played with while being down 7 with about a minute and a half to go. All tied up at 118. The Wolves call a timeout. They have 1 left, and they have the reset. The Stars, 2 timeouts and the reset. On top of that, both teams over the foul limit here at this moment. The Wolves, though, now can play for the final shot. Now, if they advance the ball, the shot clock would go to 14, but they are going to go from the baseline. So they inbound from the baseline so they for sure can play for the very last shot of regulation. It'll be Silva with Bolmaro to go with Bowen, Edwards, and also with Frazier. Here comes Bolmaro up the court right now. He has 20 points on the night, guarded by Snead. Throws out left side to Silva. Silva with 11 and 10. Silva looking, goes back to Bolmaro. He drives the baseline. He turns. He fades. He throws it back out. Errant loose ball to half court. It's out of bounds with .7. And the Stars have the ball just beyond midcourt. They can call timeout to advance it even more. And I think Nathan Peavy's going to call timeout. He will. So they now get to advance it to 3 quarters. They're going to take a look at the clock to see if there's more time. And the Iowa Wolves, who have had their issues with turnovers this season, had 20 the other night, and they have had some deadly turnovers so far tonight. Catastrophic turnovers leading to easy baskets. And on top of that, they have also had bad turnovers that have helped the Stars get back into this. And that was a golden opportunity at least to play for the final shot. Not only do they not get a shot up, they have their 18th turnover of the night. The Stars get the ball back, and they'll have a shot to win this thing. Ball to be advanced to 3 quarters. And the clock will stay at .7. The Stars come out with Childs, Snead, Edwards, Bolden, Wilson, Frank. It'll be Yoli Childs to inbound. Right in front of that scorer's table. Edwards to guard the inbound. Bolden standing alone straight away. Childs looking, throws it across the court. Snead, catch, rhythm, 3, off the mark. And we will go to overtime. So 2 minutes to be on the clock. And we will head to overtime. Free basketball here tonight for the fans at Bruin Arena. What a great night. Overtime is set and ready to go. Silva and Childs in the center circle. And the final 2-minute frame is underway. Each team with 2 timeouts. Each team with the reset timeout. And each team with just 1 foul to give. And Carson Edwards with the first possession loses the handle. It's stolen away. He has 41 points on the night, but now the Wolves have it. 118-118. Silva with the ball up top. Hands back to Bolmaro. Bolmaro between the legs dribble. Now goes high out right to Frazier. Frazier into Silva. Dotted line. Bumping and backing on Snead. Puts it up over and misses. And Bolden grabs the board. That's his 14th of the night. Carson Edwards across the timeline now. We mentioned his 41 points. He has 6 assists and 5 rebounds on top of it. He's guarded by Bolmaro out by the center circle. Flares out to the right. Looking to take a screen from Childs. Does. Launches a deep 3. He hits it. A crispy 3-piece for Carson Edwards. And it's 121-118. He has 44. Bolmaro coming along the right side, throws it outside. Vincent Edwards, shot fake, drives into the lane, bumped at the dotted line. He misses. He'll have 2 free throws here and a chance to cut it to 1. Vincent Edwards, 26 points, 6 of 9 from 3. He is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He is a 92% free throw shooter, and the free throw's good. Vincent Edwards had some real hot moments early in the first half, and then also there in that second half. Give him 28 points. What a great answer for him. 4 of 4, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. 121-120 Stars in the lead. Carson Edwards with 44 tonight. Looking to take the screen from Childs. Childs slips it. Now goes to Bolden. Bolden throws it back out to Carson Edwards. Edwards with 8, with 7. Drives into the paint. Left hand up off the glass. No good. Loose ball rebound grabbed by Childs. And the foul will be called on Childs. So for Childs, his 4th. This is the first team foul in the 2-minute period. So now this should be side out. Is that the? Oh no, that is the second foul in the 2-minute period. My correction there. That's right, because the foul with Edwards shooting free throws, and now this one puts him over the foul limit. That is correct. It always looks weird when the team fouls go from 0 to 4. So you just get used to that in overtime. Free throw up and good by Bowen. Brian Bowen, 75% from the line, and Bowen So far tonight, now 5 of 5, timeout Salt Lake City. This will be one of their 2 timeouts, plus they have the reset with 41.9 left in regulation. What a great night tonight. Man, these two teams, you feel like if they played a best of 15 series, it would go all 15. It's so evenly matched in so many great ways. Great competition out here on the court. And you love the heart that so many guys have played with here tonight. Carson Edwards has 44. Snead has 27. Childs with 16. Bolden with 14. The 44 for Carson, that is a career high for him. And now with his team down by 1, the Stars can really set this up to play for a 2-for-1 here. The question is whether or not they'll advance the ball. They will not. So the clock will stay at 24. Carson Edwards wants to get a full head of steam here. Can sense that. By the way, he's communicating with some of the guys there as they're coming away from the bench. Snead to inbound. We'll roll it out for him. Carson will pick the ball up. Now move it up across the timeline. Guarded by Bolmaro. Looking for the screen from Childs. Childs slips it. It goes to Yoli. Floater from the dotted line. Back rim, no good. Yoli gets his own. Fouled. Puts it up and in, but the foul was before the shot attempt. So the shot clock will be at 14. 32.5 in the game. The Stars will inbound. They'll inbound from the right sideline. Snead looking. Throws out to Carson Edwards. Edwards out by the volleyball line. Looks for the screen from Childs. Gets it. Now throws straight away to Wilson Frame. Hill hoist up a straightaway 3. Hits it! Wilson Frame was clutch the other night from 3. Does it again. 124-122. Stars up by 2. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. High out left is Edwards. Edwards looking for Silva, can't get him. Now drives into Snead. Goes into a double team. Strip! Stolen away! Xavier Snead got it to Bolden. Bolden gets it to Edwards. And the 87% free throw shooter gets fouled with 8.7 left to play. And a big mistake there in awareness by the Iowa Wolves after that ball was missed or taken away. Bolden had the ball. That would have been a great guy to foul in that situation. He shoots 50% from the line. That would have been the guy to send to the stripe. Instead, you have an 87% free throw shooter. Carson Edwards has been 3 of 3 from the line this evening. Now 4 for 4. Makes that with 8.7 left to play. Carson Edwards can make it a 2-possession game right here. 2 timeouts for Iowa. Edwards with 45 and now 46. Nothing but net. Timeout, Iowa. What a rally by Salt Lake City. And we'll step aside. 4-point game, 8.7.
CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
CJ McCollum.
I'm the StormX Crypto Fairy. Saw you were doing some online shopping.
It's the last time, and we're going to go after it as hard as we can.
It's Saturday prime time. Warriors-Lakers on ABC.
This copyrighted telecast.
Stars led by as many as 12. Iowa led by as many as 8. 14 lead changes, 8 ties. It comes down to a 4-point game right now with 8.7 left to play. The Wolves with a timeout and a reset. They throw into Bolmaro. Bolmaro throws back over to Bowen. Bowen has to back up, launch a long 2. It's no good. Blocked away. Bolden the loose ball. Clock runs out. And what an outstanding game here tonight. And the Stars rally back in regulation and in overtime to win. 126 to 122. Fun night here tonight. When we come back, we'll talk with Carson Edwards, who had a career high 4.